you have low vision. Not everybody with albinism does. But how have you navigated having vision impairment or low vision as an adult when it comes to traveling and workplace abilities and things of that nature?
Very good question. Absolutely. Absolutely. Even to this day, there are times where I get on the bus or I get on the train in familiar areas and I can't quite read the signs to know what stop we're at, what road we're at. It's very hard for me to read road signs from a distance. So sometimes it's very hard for me to know where I'm at. So the best advice I can give is always look for a landmark. So let's just say if you plan to go to, let's say 125th Street, right? But you can't read the sign that says 125th Street, look for a certain landmark. So you could say, okay, there's an IHOP on 125th Street. So as soon as I see the IHOP, that's when I know it's my stop. So yes, daily I do struggle when traveling to see the different signs or to see where I'm at. And then also, I would even say that sometimes, your vision really gets in the way whenever you want to do other things. Like there's sometimes like just even, let's say I go to the gym and I have my glasses on and I'm sweating too much and my glasses are sliding and stuff like that. So any place that you go, it could definitely interfere with your ability to travel and your vision being low.
Yeah, that makes sense. I experienced similar things as well, like for the longest, and I still do it. But I use a device called a monocular. So when it comes to like crossing the street or ordering food, I would use that. Now I kind of just Google like before.
That's another one. That's another. I hate to cut you off. Hate to cut you off, but when you mentioned food, that's a very important one. Every time I go into a restaurant, it's hard for me to read the board that tells the menu that's above the screen that tells you everything that they have and the prices. So what I would usually do is I would ask the person behind the counter, like, hey, can you tell me how much this meal is? Or can you tell me what comes on this sandwich? And then, of course, because they don't know that you're visually impaired, they say, sir, it's right there. And then I'm just like, obviously it's right there. If I could read it, I wouldn't be asking you. You know what I mean? So what I do, the trick that I do is I always pull out my phone and then I put it in camera mode and then I zoom in to be able to read the menu. So that's a good trick. Another thing I forgot to answer is when you asked how does it interrupt work. So I will say this: all the jobs that I've ever had, I've had situations in which it was hard for me to see like the computer screen at work. So I would normally sit very, very close to my laptop at work. And then you're going to get some issues with that, right? Because somebody's going to walk by your desk or your office and say, why are you sitting so close to the screen? Why are you so close to your laptop? And then you have to go and explain to them like, hey, listen, I have low vision. This is my comfort zone of sitting. So yes, my vision also impacts my work ability because I have to now sit much closer to my laptop. And sometimes when I get paperwork with very, very small print, I'll ask for larger print, things like that. So yes, it will interrupt with work as well. So please be prepared for that.
Yeah.